Ashley Judd opened up about her experience with Harvey Weinstein in her first TV interview since the publication of a New York Times expose 3 weeks ago, alleging that Weinstein had engaged in decades of sexual harassment, including with Judd. Judd spoke out about her experience with Weinstein in the Times, and she told ABC News' Diane Sawyer, in a sit-down that aired in part on Thursday's October 26 Good Morning America, that she went for a run before she decided to reveal what happened to her to try to get to her mind clear. She added that she talked with both her dad and her mom, Naomi Judd, and her mom said, "Go get to him." Judd tells Sawyer that she hadn't heard stories about Weinstein's alleged behavior before she was summoned to meet with him in his hotel room at the Peninsula in Beverly Hills 2 decades ago, and she had no reason to be wary of him. "I had no warning," she said. Still, when she went to the concierge to ask where she should meet Weinstein, assuming he'd be on the patio, she was told, "He's in his room." Judd closed her eyes and recoiled when she recalled that to Sawyer and said she thought, "You're kidding me." "She went up," she said, "because I had a business appointment." But she recognizes now, as more than 60 women have come forward with claims that Weinstein sexually harassed or assaulted them, that taking women to his hotel room was his M.O., she told Sawyer. That was his pattern of sexual predation. "That's how he rolled," she said. Judd recounted her experience with Weinstein, saying, "I fought with this volley of nos. He ignored the nos. Maybe he heard them as maybe. Maybe he heard them as he sees. Finally I just said, when I win an Oscar in one of your movies, okay, he said, yeah, when you get nominated. I said, no, when I win an Oscar. And then I just fled," Judd told Sawyer. "Am I proud of that? I'm of two minds. The part that shames myself says no. The part of me that understands how shame works says that was absolutely brilliant. Good job, kid. You got out of there. Well done. It's a very important word, shame, and it's a very important thing to talk about. We all do the best we can. Our best is good enough. And it's really okay to have responded however we responded." Judd, Sawyer reported, told her she had trouble grasping what happened, but she told her parents enough that they understood how shaken she was, and she told fellow actors, agents and other people who worked in Hollywood, in private. When reflecting on why it took her so long to come forward, Judd said she didn't know if she would help prevent such behavior if she'd spoken up earlier. "I don't know that I would been believed," she said. "Who was I to tell? I knew it was disgusting. Was I going to tell the concierge who sent me up to the room?" Judd and Sawyer also examined a photo from that time period, released by Weinstein himself, to show that the two of them were friends and getting along fine. In the picture, from an event, Weinstein has grasped her hand and has his arm around her. When Sawyer showed it to Judd, she said, "As for the story behind the picture," Judd said, "I hoped I wouldn't pass him, but I did, and he obviously grabbed my hand. It's like, the look on my face is abject terror. You can see it in my eyes. It's very gross. I feel for that 29-year-old woman." Earlier, Judd was tearful when Sawyer asked if she could imagine that at some point so many people would be talking about what she experienced. More to come. ABC breaking news. Latest news videos. In a second clip that aired on GMA, Sawyer played audio for Judd of women who spoke out about their own experiences of sexual harassment in the workplace. She also revealed what she'd tell you Harvey Weinstein now and what she believes should happen to him. Sawyer made it clear that Judd doesn't forgive what Weinstein did to women, and the journalist said that Judd's approach to him now comes from her deep faith. "I love you and I understand that you are sick and suffering. And there is help for a guy like you, too. And it's entirely up to you to get that help," Judd said. When Sawyer said those comments would surprise people, the actress choked up as she said, "It's just who I am. It's frankly an easier way to roll through the world than the alternative." And she believes that there's hope and help for everyone. It has to be the appropriate help. There has to be a real profound understanding on the part of the sexual predator that what they were doing was wrong and criminal, she said. Still, when asked whether Weinstein should go to jail, Judd said, if he's a rapist, he absolutely should go to jail. And she was hopeful that men and women could change the culture of harassment. "This is the moment, and if we want it to be the moment, it for sure will be the moment," she said. ABC breaking news. Latest news videos. 7:14 a.m. PT. This story has been updated with an additional clip of Judd's sit-down with Sawyer.